So please only take what resonates. Always leave the rest for the best. Don't stress. Because if it's not for you, it could be for your brew, as I said, your brethren too. Maybe something that you need to know. You could be just channeling your higher wisdom. That's you getting that true meaning of power, of prayer. That's you looking and releasing this anxiety. Because that's when you have to connect. You have to look back to the mysteries of your story. Seek wisdom, truth. You could be looking at laws and judication because you could be having anxiety. You could be this masculine. You could be in your masculine energy, gaining structures. That's you have to look and use your intuitions, connect to your heart, your emotions. That's when you're giving love, and you have to love yourself, because slay, energy, her vibe, silence, very doubtful. That energy, it commands the room. That's that power in your nature, in that natural state. When you got to stand, that's when you got that faith and that expectations. That's your faith, that's your complete trust in what you're needing, wanting, liking, balance of one mind, instead of having that crime of passion, because that crime of passion can lead to confusion, frustration, illusions, confusions, temptations, because that's toxicity. And that's when you have them toxic relationships and it drains out all of your energy and you feel depleted, like you don't even know oneself. You can't even regulate those thoughts. You're not even moving in that rightful way. You're not able to make those rightful decisions, and you don't know one's worth. Take this all as it resonates. I'm going to clear the energy, so the ones that are in here, just turn it down because it's loud. But there's a frequency and it's a vibration, and it's your vibration and it's your frequency. So you have to keep mastering your craft. Healing is releasing and it's revealing those feelings within inside of you. I'm just going to clear this energy on 1, 2, 3. You could be having to regulate those thoughts, because those thoughts come and bring anxiety. That anxiety brings on depression. That depression brings on a deep rest. All I ask for you guys to do is just tap the screen, because I work with numbers and there's 2. And that's balance. So you could be balancing your mind, making that decision and using those intuitions, stepping into that feminine energy. That's when you got to get into that high priestess. And that's when you got to look at yourself, your values. What do you need? What do you like? You got to balance that material as well as that spiritual. That's yourself, the things that you can see as well as the things that you can't see. Otherwise you'll get 3 stress within your mind. And that's all due to the fact of the way you are. We learn. It stems back from childhood, adulthood, and you got to encompass these thoughts and these emotions. You're right, Chelsea? So you got to embody that positive energy so you can continue to keep on working, creating your craft. That's when you got to have compassion for yourself. Otherwise, you get stressed, you get anxiety. It says it goes both ways. Feel the same way. So when you're feeling that way, that divine feminine, masculine, they could be feeling that way. 5-2, that stress and anxiety, they could be protecting themselves. That's because of the way that you learn. When you go in college, school, institutionalizing your mind. When you're holding on that stress, you have to continuously encompassing emotions, thoughts and feelings. 5-2, that's when you're in a childlike spirit. Sexual energies, 52, that's a partner. Relationship with family, friends. 4, connects to your heart. That's that bridge. It's that fundamental one to those emotions, enabling you to create, manifest. And that's when you're balanced, listening to the spirit within inside of you, because that's your higher mind, higher force. Why? No, I'm vexed. I'm fuming. Why? No, this masculine's vexed. They're fuming. They're sat in them low dense energy chakras, having anxiety, frustrated, because you're out there slaying. They was playing. Now they're highly manifesting you. Because fall 7 times, get yourself right back up every time. And that's that nature is smarter than Aerial. So when you have to connect to oneself, because the aerial is that message, the channels that interconnected with oneself. So when you're having stress and conflict, you need to keep on moving. They're around a toxic female, 5'2", that's in the childlike spirit, causing them stress and conflict, arguing. 3 of you back in here now, so they're shouting, arguing. Please tap the screen. I work with numbers, astrology, sociology, psychology, put all the ologies together, and you are that omenology to be able to keep on moving forward. So these family members and friends, when they're coming around you to block you and divert your mind, so you stress and you're having anxiety because we are there speaking, thinking that they're being wise, bullying, causing confusion because they can't provide a service and they don't know how to be creative and they don't know how to be able to stand in their power, connect to the divine, instead of causing people stress and conflict and anxiety off the people, cause it themselves because they don't know how to be creative, they don't know how to hold boundaries in place. Take this all as it resonates, because now why they're fuming, they're vexed. Oh yes. This seeker of wands, this queen of wands, they're vexed. So whatever feminine energy you've rattled spirits to, now they're looking back towards you, watching you, they're vexed because they was trying to hold on to some teale and it wasn't really wheelie. Now they can see your actions. They're trying to ground themselves. They're trying to gain this balance because they're fuming. They're having anxiety. They was too possessive and controlling for material aspects of life. They wasn't spiritually and emotionally, mentally connected. Now they're anxious. All because they was insecure while they was on the dance floor, going on raw. Took your man, this fire sign, all with this ego and this aggressive, naive. They thought you was naive. They thought they could control you. 8 of your asses in there for illusions and confusions. Yep, holding on to assets, finances, things that's in secrets, those obsessions. 9, they didn't have that spiritual knowledge. Definitely didn't. No spiritual wisdom, spiritually blocked, spiritually blind. Now they're in Pluto, they're transforming because they're in their head, all because of these obsessions. So whoever's obsessed with you, 175, because you've got knowledge, you've got that true magician skills, your balance, this divine feminine masculine must be wanting to look towards you now to take action. They're gaining that balance. These people in your community, they can see they've got insecurities, they're having stress, oh gosh, because of these illusions and confusions. Meanwhile, you fall 7 times, you get yourself right back up there on these streets, you listen to that higher power inside of you, because this Queen of Wands be causing, speaking, chatting shit, spell work. Just speaking words of spells alone, guys. So when people says about we're praying for you, no, you don't pray because that's preying on me. You don't pray on me. Pray for yourself because that's that God within inside of you. 8, do you not know that you are God's? These was trying to play God. These family members, these friends, these people within your community, bad mind, corrupted energies who lacked spiritual knowledge, emotional knowledge, mental knowledge. That's when they wasn't able to grow. They didn't get to that house of God. They stuck for obsessions, all the things that you can see, the delusions where you get dazzled. Oh my gosh, have you seen that? Yeah, that looks beautiful. Oh yeah, how can I obtain that? Luna, stress, lunatic, switching like bitches out here in these streets. Told you, what did the last reading say? More of a bitch than you was a bitch. This Apprentice of Wands. More of a bitch than you was a bitch. You spoke these wise words and yet to let them know, listen, we're not playing these kind of chatty-patty, play games out here. You ain't controlling me. You don't rule dominion over me. I rule dominion over my mindset. You stay balanced within yourself. You have to have love yourself. You stay grounded. You're firm. You've got willpower. You've got tenacity. You've got strength. You've got determination to be able to evolve. You see when people are blocking you, stopping you, you gain that wisdom. You go towards your fruitions and your achievements because you wasn't able to go towards these new beginnings. Now they could be looking at the masculine because they've fallen 7 times now, this toxic female. With these illusions and confusions, trying to block you and stop you. So you're not unable to move forward. So you got stress and heartache and pain. So you're all heartbroken. Without your love, I'm heartbroken. Cause they've had enough, they're heartbroken. Now they don't know what to say. This toxic female, you having revelations. They never felt this way, they're heartbroken. Yeah. Now they say the ones. See, when you're acting like a fool and you adults out here and you think you're going on cool, big bad man still going on like kids, big women still acting like Jezebel spirits. Fix up, look a bit sharp, grow. 5, evolution, because stop causing these confusions. Heartaches, because you only cause yourself that heartache and pain, and that causes stress, and that's challenging your higher wisdom, and that's the frequency that you're putting out. You can access it and you can receive it. You've got to have that insight when you connect to your heart and your emotions. I see the beauty in me, so you seeing that beauty in you. You have to have compassion for yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to be able to prove and think and evolve to achieve, to grow with spiritual knowledge, wisdom. Otherwise, you're going to be slow. You're going to be stopping on that same dry hamster wheel, confusions, having stress and anxiety, wondering why I'm not able to do, and I've got this lack mindset. That's where you're not spiritually and emotionally connected and you're creating and expressing. That's when you've got to look, because it's that root. It's that routine check, stems from childhood, ancestors. Where did you grow? Where did you learn? What was you learning? It told you in that basic book of information and knowledge, evolution, before you go and die in that Bible. Don't take no word from no man, so don't just listen to me. Go and seek the knowledge, because then you can show yourself approved. And you can stand in your power, stand in your beauty, because no one don't rulership over you. Not even the G-man, not even your mom. You came into their life, those family members, for a reason. For them to be able to evolve, for them to be able to grow, for them to be able to expand. And that's that righteous action when you're taking that chance to move. That's that guidance within inside of you. Steadfast, organized, stop being red-eye, watching other people. How are you going to do what you need to be able to do? Use your creative, artistic flow. What passion are you going to use it for control? Not even my dad could control me, so no black side blood clot man could control me. No, my mum couldn't control me, so no stinking dirty gal on the road couldn't control me. I rule dominion over me. 7, I am my own God. So you stand in your power, guys. Gain that balance. Get out of your mind, because people are thinking about you now, about the choices that they made when they was disrespecting you, and they didn't critically think and analyze when you're giving love and who you're giving love to, and about family members and friends, and when you're providing that support. Is it positive? Because you have to assemble, you have to look at it, critically think about these environments where we are, where we're at. Are people enabling you to grow? Are you having this blissful lifestyle, or they're causing you stress and it's domestic? And you have to look and seek knowledge and services now, because now you need to go seek information from. Then you've got to go and see, you know, you're trying to look, you look, I'm here speaking, and you're looking, gaining higher wisdom. You've got to go doctors, because people cause you stress and conflict in your mind. How are you going to get out of that? How are you going to grow? Because you have to breathe life, meditate, don't hate, appreciate. Slow down, breathe, slow down. So some people have to slow down, breathe, slow down. You have to slow down like I want to slow down, because I want to tell people about the blood clot right about now, when they're idealistic and they're driven through jealousy. To watch it, want it, now get it, and get it, even a blood clot, want it. So when you have to think about what you're wanting, what you're manifesting, what you're creating, because you could be manifesting bullshit just because you're being red-eye. And you don't even know how people got these things and what they're about to go through, and people's attitude and their energy and what they're putting out, and who's competing with you and your skills, your knowledge, your abundance, trying to dominate over your resources. That's because of rank and face there. Mean wives. You know those mean wives? And they pick up the man, and they want that man to do all they can, and they don't do nothing, controlling over the dick. Holding on. Oh, because you want that nice clothes, do you? Oh, you want the nice shoes, do you? Oh, you want this, and you think that you're some high priestess. This time you're causing one bag of stress. One bag of stress, you know. You better know the rest. Yep, because who the Most High God divinely favors these gifts on. These people don't know how to use these gifts, and you're not using it in a positive way. 1,000, that's because of their ego. Controlling. You have to look at yours to get that inner standing. Don't do to others that you wouldn't want to be done to yourself, because that's going to cause heartache, hurt and pain. And that's when you're moving like one picnic and you're still a child. Peter Pan styles. That's when they give us these cartoons to let you know you're like She-Ra out here slaying out the thing. These lot are full of illusions and confusions. Keeping your distance. feel the energy. So you kept keeping your distance reveal. You felt the energy from the family members, those friends, people in your community, just the way how they see them in public and they look on you. Oh, they got a social awareness. Yes, you lot are back screen, you could be front screen. You flick through the screen, you have to flick back through the screen. Then after you on the back screen, then you want to flip and block the screen, restricting people. All because you got stress and conflict in your mind and you haven't got creative skills. All because they lack inner peace and they want you to have stress and conflict within your mind. Like you're delusional. Like this emperor. Look how they want you to be like that. They don't want you to be able to connect. They don't want you to be able to sit down comfortably on your chair. And they don't want you to be able to meditate because they can see you've got that high clarity. You know when you're working within yourself, you're receiving that groundbreaking idea. Now they're receiving a groundbreaking idea because they're in the mind and the thoughts. They're receiving a groundbreaking idea about you and your beauty too. All of a sudden, that's when, you know, when you pick and pick till you pick shit and you go on that karmic cycle and you do certain things and you go around the block and it tells you have the fundamental keys and you put the keys down and you don't even know where you put your keys. The spiritual keys, the mental keys, the emotional keys. Those keys when you got to have boundaries in place. Those keys when you got to think, right, I'm 42 now. I can't really act that kind of way there in life. You have to sit down and it's that time to sit down and sort out that family life and be firm and creative and work alongside each other in a positive way instead of causing stress. Because now they're seeing that beauty in you. You've seen the beauty because that's that Ace of Wands. That willpower, that strength from the Most High. It was divinely guided. And that was you holding yourself, your creative power of your mind. And that was that influence of the things in the world that was around you. Your beauty. Because you had that balance. Now they're looking back towards you. They're transforming, looking at that higher self. They maybe want to be able to come and give you balance now. Because they're going to let you know about these assets, some things that was in secret, that was in their ego, trying to dominate, controlling. They lacked compassion. They didn't have spiritual knowledge. They wasn't wise. You know, when you got manners and respect, don't do to others that you don't want to be done to yourself. Now they're looking back. Mean wives. Now they're looking back to which you they picked up and picked shit. Now they're looking back towards you. They was around a mean wife. That Queen of Cups. They could see you as that Queen of Cups, caring, nurturing. Five of Pentacles, they're releasing that lack mindset. They seen that you just continuously kept on moving forward. You move with your love, compassion. You nurtured yourself. You was balanced spiritually, emotionally, mentally. They valued money, lust, greed, running through low dense energies. They was like in Saturn, Satan. That's when you call Satan, guys, and you're in hell. They was running through hell. That was hell. That's when you're running through hell. You're running through lust, greed, pride, crying, wonder why. All your things when you're trying to be able to move. That's when you get rich, die trying. Get rich, die trying. They was trying to get rich, die trying. Picking till the pig shit. You had to sit back down, analyze yourself, reflect, release those emotions. Certain people thought they could cause you heartache and pain. You've had encompass those emotions. Two of Wands. Now they're out thinking, looking about you. They lacked stability, lack balance, mindset. That's when you got like bipolar and all them kind of things there. Their mindset. You're going to see the way how they learned. They're getting that higher clarity. They want to be able to give you justice because they're connecting to their heart now. They're using their intuitions. They lacked compassion because of the way how they learned spell work, confusions, illusions. That's when you like institutionalizing your mind through family members and friends in their community. Blocking and stopping you so you didn't have that high clarity. Spending money, resources, feeling like you're not able to release and let go. Trying to control over one's mind. Whose doctor was going to wait till dinner, but I'm pregnant. You see there? She ordered on for a pregnancy. So these five feminines, masculines, they could have got entrapped. But you pick and pick till you pick the shit. And then you realise that feminines tried to hold on to that masculine pregnancy. That's why I've been acting all not air. So she's been acting all not air, crazy, childlike, stressed, 3, conflict, saying that she's 11, holding on for insecurities, pregnancy. Plenty of room, don't want to rent a next space for a few months. So they said there's plenty of room coming to this property. They didn't want to spend money on this space for the next few months. So they've moved somebody in. When you meet people, have extra energies, quick moved in, quick relationship. I'm your sis. I've been much further partner, businessman. Now your best man too. So they could be saying, oh, I'm your sister, your brethren. I've been your partner, business partner, best friend too. Now they must be in a relationship. Somebody close towards them was thinking, if I don't marry him, I lose him. So they was thinking, am I going to trap them? If I don't marry them, I'm going to lose them. That money, the finances, stability, childlike spirit, holding on, controlling, 8, dominant over that person. Don't get attached. I know he's your husband, but if anything, like your father. So don't get attached. Because if anything, like your father, controlling, stubborn, aggressive, indecisive, unbalanced. Because remember, your energy stays, so you hold on tight. Because the people was trying to block you and stop you, so they was holding on to your masculine. Because that hot girl flavor, and it's that favorite. She's the fave, not just by chance, but by vibe. It's that realness. It makes her adored. Aura makes her untouchable. You've got that untouchable aura because you're divinely guided. You've got inspiration, spiritually, mentally, emotionally connected to the divine. You're looking at your creative levels, and that's your genius level, your idea. You get that guidance, and that's you enduring, endeavors, and compassion, emotions. That's when you're connected spiritually, mentally, listening, divinely guided, cleansing, grounded, stable, secure, steadfast, organized. People have got a social awareness of you. They was trying to block you, causing these illusions to your masculine because your energy slave. They was trying to drain off your energy, feeding off your energy. Feeding off your energy. Justice, because your sister's been much more than a businessman, new friend, best friend. There've been so many different roles in that person's life. Now they're trying to hold on and control with a child. That's because you're slave force. You've got that force. Certain people's trying to block you. Rumor has it they have this sexual energy. Somebody's trying to control them with a child. Now they've got to go to court. Got to pay some money for this child, 11. Justice will be taking place. Rumor has it, mutate with every mouth. Distance wraps the tail. Reputation turns lies to real. So you're going to see about this justice now, about this money, the way others holding on for stability. They weren't thinking, and they was using great aggressive control over money, resources, assets, finances. Now they've got to go to court. Because you're slaying, that's your force, and that can't stop. When certain people's trying to block you, so you couldn't be creative, like you couldn't speak, like people's trying to control over your mind, like you got that mindset. This time you're up, girl, and you're there sparkling out here in these streets. You continuously keep shining. You see the illusions to the confusions when people are blocking you, because nerves melt into shine. So you just be melting into shine. You just continue standing bright, shining on them. They can't take it. Family, friends. Because new beginnings in love. So you see these new beginnings in love. These divine feminines thought the masculines thought they was going to new beginnings in love. Because you are their good return for their labor. They need your good help, your energy, your force, your spirit. Because you enable them to be able to help defend them against those who have now turned against them. Who's controlling them for a child that's not their child. So you tell your divine feminines, masculines, your brethrens, anybody who's having a baby right now, yo, do a DNA test because this child not be yours and they might be lying. That they have got to turn against them now. So what they thought you did, they was around the people that did it. Now they need you to assist them. All of a sudden, they need your good skills now because they're having stress and conflict. These family members and friends in the community where they're at, they thought they was being wise. Now that curiosity is killing certain cats because certain people start reading and seeing between certain lines. No chasing, only replacing. Wish you the best on your journey. So there was no chasing. They was replacing. You was replacing. You didn't chase because you had balance, justice, loved yourself. You grew, connected to the divine. Now these people have got a social awareness of you. Use your intelligence. You was too open and real, but they love toxicity. They love toxicity. You was too real, too open. The way how you communicated, you was balanced spiritually, mentally, emotionally. You was able to grow. You was evolving. They was rebelling because they was smelling. What are you going to say when 9 months go by, 3 months when no belly, blood clot, no baby there? Tell you divine feminines, masculines, don't check these women out because they're holding on. These Jezebel spirits, these illusioners, confusioners. Mom, I'm not pregnant. Just what I told Divine Masculine to stop asking the questions. So Divine Masculine's asking these feminines questions. She told them that why some people are hook up and fuck up out here in these streets for a Sunday afternoon. How the real thing I go on. Yo, check your brethren, star. Because these Jezebel corrupted, minded, spirited people are holding on, thinking they got faith and expecting, causing these confusions, illusions out here for a one-night crime of passion. Hitting with a will try to trap him, Kevin Gates. Because you're that good one. Now they're looking back to you because this crime. Alive. That's because it's so good to be alive. When you're connected to the divine and you're challenging that higher wisdom. And that's that consciousness. And you got that higher plane. And you're looking at the physical and the reality. Rather than just generating those thoughts ourselves. We have to receive them. Everything exists on that state of thoughts. So you have to connect. Because that's a line in your mind. And it's correcting that frequency. So you're alive. Divinely guided. Alive. Stress free from out of your mind. You're spiritually awoken. When people are taking DRGS and that poison, blocking them for drinking, socializing out under that underworld, secrets. That's when you're blocking your mind. That's even like medication. So they could even be taking medication. They've got stress mental. They've got like bipolar or some kind of shit like that because it was a film that I watched and that's how I got that message out of there last night. So they could have bipolar, illusion, confusion, psychological aspects of their mind. Holding on to people because you don't want people to leave you. Maybe because of the material aspects and the foundations. Mother figure. Or because, you know, when you just need that stability, someone to hold you down in that home. So people are taking drugs, they're on drugs, acting away, drinking, taking substances, going on crazy, controlling people. 1 minute you're like this, you ain't got no ground and you're not listening to that higher spirit within inside of you. That gift. Crimes of passion. So they tried to say, I've got a baby, crimes of passion, spouse and partner, holding on for fraud, money, waters, for emotional factors. All because of that mental capacity of their mind. Now you have to have that faith. Because you married him because you didn't want to lose him. Now you kept his secret because you didn't want him to run. So they married that masculine 1-9, high 9, 18, illusions, confusions, 9. Higher courts, they got married because they didn't want to lose him. Lied and said that I was having a baby. Now you're going to lie to divine masculine about a baby. You're going to make this man run from you. So this masculine got married. If you ain't seen these masculines, feminines, your family members or friends that got married. So they got married because people was illusioning, confusing them, holding them down and trapping them. Because Divine Feminine never told anyone that he left a suicide note. Unaliving. Drugs. Mindset. He was so ravished by his own mind, everyone thought was an accident. Take all this as it resonates, guys. No Divine Masculine in jail is in joy. Called the police. I took him away. So certain people phoned the police in that home. Arguments, fighting. Lied. And said certain people was aggressive. Wasn't aggressive. They were spiritually, mentally, and emotionally blocked. Karmic got crazy thoughts. Takes over her mind. So the karmic's got crazy thoughts, takes over her mind, arguing in that property. So where these divine feminines, masculines, your family members are, check on their ass. Because there they see they're gone alive and they're feeling like awakening because that's stability and support. They was doing it for stability and support, holding on. Because you need to be able to find that inner stability. They lacked it. They wasn't listening to their intuitions. That was that subconscious, that low dense energy. That's when there wasn't awakening. That's that lunar consciousness when you're switching like a bitch. and that subconscious mind was blocked. Moon illusions in this home. Oh gosh. Confrontations and overcoming. Potential and transformation that block, that's no transformation, blocking, spiritually blocked, mentally blocked, emotionally blocked, lacking capacity to listen to their spirit within inside of them. That's that freedom and change. So they could be looking for this freedom to be able to come and change. Tried to isolate you, or because they tried to isolate you, so they was enabling you to be able to move forward. You were spiritually blocked in your mind, so you couldn't have your relationship, family members and friends, feminine energy. Staying by myself, I have realized all burdens and trauma. So now they're staying by their self. They've realized all these burdens and trauma. Now they're getting to know their self, because it's that stability and support. Not a human being. I'm a human doing, buying. And you're moving, because you're like a bad girl, you're not a human doing. You got to connect to yourself, trust your intuitions, acknowledge your own feelings, get that understanding, because they done black magic, but you just made you shine better, holding many keys. They done black magic on you to block you mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You was enabled into all these keys, those emotional keys, mental keys. You connected to that divine spirit within inside of you, because both physically and trying spiritually, all at the same time, to be able to come and match your frequency. Now recognizing your fundamental qualities you possess and uphold. Now they be looking at those services, the karmic consequences from the past sinful actions taken towards you or against you, now altering their perceptions of awakening, and that's aligning their self to them, and that's looking at the actions taken was being drained to path out destructions instead of your good godly spirit that's moving within that divine. Now they're replacing and repenting and can't deal. They are drawn out. They need you, your good energy, that spirit, that kind, loving, caring, compassionate, that warmth, and that's teaching. Now they want to be able to show good works towards you. All of a sudden, because they can say they know in their worth, you know your worth, you had to stand in your power, because you was knowing that when people was lying and they was rebelling, these feminines holding on for lust, greed, pride, stability, all because they lacked compassion, wrong timing. This connection exists, but life circumstances clash. Alignments is missing for now. So you had alignments missing because they wasn't mentally and emotionally balanced. They were still in that low dense energy, and that was a drama loop. They were stuck in that drama loop. You know, you don't want to get off that cycle. Mental, emotion, you don't want to encompass. And looking at the cosmos, you get into the four. Strength, willpower, your tenacity, manifesting, looking back to all those relationships. It's that bridge, connecting them fundamental parts. Your heart, yourself, because it was blocked. No more excuses. Now they've got no more excuses. Got to speak life, prosperity in this bleak life, truth, connect to the heart. Be real. Because that's that response. It's respect your limits. They didn't know how to respect their limits. That was in reverse. They had no limitations because they was full of toxicity. Why? Let's get why. Because they be offended and can't stand your knowledge. And that's where the Most High that will deliver our sustain and sustain you. That's when you're looking and challenging that higher wisdom within inside of yourself. Because that's when you're having that wakefulness. And it occurs when you're moving. It's that light step. When you're drawing, you're sleeping. It's that mind, you're meditating, you're not hating. It's the bridge between the higher plane. So you're spiritually, mentally, emotionally connected. It's that access to the most profound ideas and insight, feelings, to the astral plane, your mental, mind, emotional state. And that's when you're transforming information to that higher plane, your heart. It's connecting to your mind, and it's spiritual nourishment. Not just information, bringing that deep internal joy and delight when you're internalizing it. It's making it be a part of them, giving that strength and purpose. Even when you be delivering those messages, speaking your truth, standing in your power, you're full of shit, transform, change, get out that low dense energy. You're holding up, you're standing in your authority, because you got pride and you got power too. Remember, they do not know we are gods. Genesis, Genesis, Isis. You get with it. Because when your words come, they eat them alive. Because you just deveil these divine feminines and masculines. They digesting. And as you say, those words, part of that everyday being, like spiritual food, it's sustaining you, it's meditating, it's vibing, it's you speaking and standing in your truth. Because your words bring instincts that's looking at satisfaction and happiness. It's deep heart, regardless of their external circumstances or difficulties of the message. You was called to be able to derive the force of joy. They feel that belonging towards you. They see your authority. They see you carry their non-reactant. They just looking now because they try to have authority. You're bringing that precision, and that's signifying that relationship. Now they've got to be looking, because that's that powerfulness. It's that yin and yang, like that full moon, because she can't take it. She just can't. She in there to be wild. So she can't take it. That feminine, she was in there to be wild, cause confusions, illusions, because they was mentally, emotionally, spiritually blocked, or because they lacked compassion. You don't mind others knowing your mother's half crazy, or tell you're better, disabled. So she was half crazy, spiritually, mentally, bipolar, confusions, you know, and that compassion and your emotional factors of your mind. So you do some fuck up things. You're not thinking, you just react, not got balance, you're not critically analysing, because you got stress in your mind, not unable to make positive choices. That's when you're Mercury and you got confusions, and that's when you're not allowed to be able to, well, you're not allowed, you just, mindset is just stuck and it's lacking to be able to have discernment. Third eye activated, spiritually, emotionally blocked, blind. Remember, flirt, touches first. We want to get them nice and sexual. That's soaking in that divine presence, Holy Spirit, point of capacity. That's when you have to look for the Holy Spirit within inside of you, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, connect higher planes. That's that God within inside of you. You're looking at your structures, and it's that soul beyond the myth before he was even here. You have to look at that higher plane, higher wisdom, seek knowledge, seek truth, and show yourself approved. As soon as I give you the signal, I'll push you into the veil and you can get into work. As soon as I give you that signal, push you into that veil, block people, stop people, push you in that veil, determined, look back on yourself, refine, restore, reflect, renew, transform, change, look at that mind, speak life, speak truth. One of those days, she will have kids. And mother's job is to protect her child. So one of these days she will have kids, and mother's job is to protect the child. Don't be a bitter bitch, be a better bitch. Don't do to others that you don't want to be done to yourself. Think about it, be about it. Wedding, there is going to be no wedding. Divine feminine was caught up in impulsive. Will come to senses. So wedding, there's going to be no wedding. You was caught up in certain shit. You came to your senses. People was mentally and emotionally blocking you, trying to control you. Because you go to your pharmacy, friend, you know the one you helped when he was in trouble. Keep acting nice. Don't quit. So they went to their pharmacy friend. You know, the one they helped when they was in trouble. Be nice. Keep acting. Don't quit. You and me, the karmic, you can't have anyone knowing you're brilliant, danger and disaster. That's a larger one next time. Don't sit. You've got, oh, okay, so they've got bipolar, and now divine masculine knows. They've got mental emotional problems. They've got schizophrenia, bipolar. So when people are acting out and doing this controlling, dominating over you, that's because their mental plane of their mind. Some people are not mentally balanced, spiritually and emotionally. They lack that capacity, trying to hold it on due to the fact that you have not taken the medication, or you've not got your mind control, because that's profound stress, heartache, hurt and pain. You've not encompassed emotions. That's when that's that subconscious mind. You're not accepting those belies and that complete trust. That's when the Bible, as stated in Mark 11, that spiritual balance. That's when you're steadfast. That's when you know when you're insecure and you're not valuing yourself. You're not connecting to your heart and your emotions. And when you're divinely connected, you listen to the God. That spirit is higher. That's the illusions, the confusions. That's that yin, that yang. 2, that's your balance. You're moving with love, having compassion, creative, enabling people to grow, feminine, family. That's in your community, having that balance, transforming so people's holding on. Therefore, I say unto you, all things whatsoever ye pray and ask for, that belie complete trust, that you receive them and you shall have them. That's the emphasis, that's the part, it's important. Both belief in prayer, because that's recognizing that influences of your subconscious mind of reality. So you have to look at your own, have that complete trust within you, connect to the divine. I'm just going to read this last one and we're done, because it says, You're just on that rightful path, seeking your knowledge and wisdom. With the spiritual growth, the righteousness, it's leading them to that enlightenment about the divine, their Holy Spirit within inside of them. You don't need to go to church, guys. You sit on your own, two of you, right here, right now. You are that divine. 1,200. Look at your mind, your thoughts, your feelings. What do you need? Have compassion, caring for yourself, empower yourself, and trust. Listen to your gut feelings. Speak life, prosperity in this bleak life. Be creative. Keep moving. Because that's the collective development. It's virtues like love, compassion, and wisdom, discernment, and having that commandment that's living righteously. Don't do to others that you don't want to be done to yourself. Because karma's a bitch. Aurora, like the wind. And these divine feminines and masculines are obtaining their own imposed negative. You're not influenced by others or involving in personal feelings. You just detach. They're not covering and caring about others and their self or their feelings like they cold. Those divine feminines and masculines, family members as well as friends, may not show no emotions about people they're dealing with. They detach from those karmic energies, coming like a surgeon with a knife, cold, withdrawn, distant. You're just like Aurora with that true spirit of the Most High, the divine wind. Breathe, mind, body, spirit. You're in that higher state of consciousness. You're not bound by earthly limitations. You know that the genuine genie, that's a connection to the divine, the Most High, pure, genuine. You're just transcended. That's with that consciousness. It's an effort. You just detox to even quieten your mind in that silence when you're challenging the higher wisdom and people are trying to block you. You sit down, you meditate, you don't hate. Because when you wake up, you see that valuable insight, you get the instructions and you're staying focused, steadfast. That's when you're taking your picture and you've got that imagery and you're manifesting and you're creating and people are taking that picture, your imagery, manifesting and creating over you. When you're on social media, screenshotting your pictures, divinating over you with the bad mind broke energies. And that's in that silence. You have to silence. It's those thoughts. It's taken quiet. It's those words. It's fostering your deep connection with the divine. It's the source. Those divine feminines and masculines, family members as well as friends, even yourself, need to quiet your mind to get that oneness, that connection. That's when your spiritual insight to the divine arises around this toxicity. And they want to let you know as around toxicity, people blocking and stopping and not listening to myself, acknowledging my own thoughts, my own needs, what do I need, want, feel. Because they can say that's that wish and you have to stand in your individuality. That's you connected to that pure nature. Because that's your nurturing yourself, the relationships, it's blooming. Those flowers. So they was on a karmic cycle. Now they're full of their emotions. They didn't have those respect limits. Now they can see your sparkle. They maybe want to come and sparkle towards you. We're just going to get some letters. And done it there. Ooh, we'll take them two there. That's too many. TM. Just give it divine timing. All in divine timing. They need to get out of that mind zone. They need to transform. Divine masculine. You see people's teaming up. 10. They could have been timid. Them. Kez. Kem. Des. So B just dropped. Bez. They could have been in bed. C, Chep. So we got, they had an old team. They was gambling. They didn't listen to their spirit inside of them. Now they're all in their head. They may come back and beg. We got TMDZ, first name, last name, middle name. BEHK. CGAB. Take this all as it resonates. They may want to come and gab towards you. People's trying to bag your masculine. Take this all as it resonates. There may be no child. I lied about a child.